Hello friends, welcome to Golden Angel Tarot. Today I'm in front of you with a pick-a-pile deck reading. These are timeless readings, so if you are watching it close to the time I'm doing the reading, these could be the energies you pick up. If not, maybe it is this time, this moment for you to get the message. So be mindful of that. And before I start, there are some synchronicities I'd like to mention. So the moment I was directed to do this reading, I started humming this Hungergames song, the Mockingjay. So Hunger Games, books, movies could be a synchronicity for you. Mockingjay, at the same time, Bluejay, or the color blue. And I kept seeing number 2s and 5s. So these could be your synchronicities. If these feel close to you, it doesn't have to be like, if it means something to you, it means something to you, but it doesn't have to be. And we talked about the current energy, so we have a strong new moon in Scorpio at the time I'm shooting this video. It's 20th of November 2025. If you're watching currently, probably you'll be feeling these strong energies. Again, the moment I was directed to do this reading, my crown chakra and my third eye chakra started pounding. So what I get from this is you might be working on these chakras. First start with the obvious. If not, you might be, because when you talk about the Scorpio archetype, Scorpio is the death, rebirth, transformation, diving deep, searching for deeper meaning, bigger picture, or getting deep in the relationships. And with big transformations, you might be getting big downloads. You might realize something. You might have a breakthrough, or you might learn the depth of things. Whatever it is, it could be a backstory of a situation or a thing that happened, and now you might be able to see the deeper aspects, or maybe going deep into your patterns, and maybe you will realize what is driving you to do the things you do, or the cycles that you're in and why you're in it. So this is what I get before we start. So for the Scorpio type, again, Scorpios are emotional, they are intuitive, but they are also possessive. And if you go to the shadow side, they could be manipulative and maybe overly possessive or jealous. So of course we all have these archetypes in our charts. So when I say Scorpios, I don't mean the sign Scorpio. You might be Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. So in our natal chart, we all have a Scorpio energy in whichever house we have. So for the first group, I have the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. And the stone is sunstone. If it helps you, pick the deck. So the signs are Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, and Pisces. You don't have to be any of these signs, but you can be. And if you pick your deck according to the signs, these are the signs. The second pile is Traveler, move in a new direction. And the stone is Tiger Stone. And I picked for you for this deck are Aries, Scorpio, Libra, and Aquarius. If you are one of these signs, or if it helps you pick the deck easily, these are the signs. And the third deck is Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And the stone is jasper. And the zodiac signs I picked for this deck is Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. So you might have either one of these signs, or somehow these signs might help you pick the deck more easily. So I'm gonna put the picture close up of the decks. You can pause the video, take a look at the deck, stones, signs, and you can pick one or more than one, maybe all, if you need to take a message about it. So let's start. Welcome, pile 1. So your signifying card is Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. The energy I get here is, this could be something about a relationship that makes you feel like home, the matters of the heart, and somehow you have these barriers, I think. That's what I get. So I feel like your Scorpio might be in your chart in the 3rd, 4th, 6th, or 12th house. So 3rd house is our close friends, family, people who are close to us. 4th house is home, immediate family, or places like we feel like we're home. And 6th house is usually it's our daily routines or the workplace, but some people are lucky enough to feel like they're at home in their workplace. So this could be it. And 12th house is our house of the spiritual unknown, sometimes secret enemies. So maybe you feel like love or the matters of heart are something like a disease you need to protect yourself from, and this might make you get your protections, your walls up. And I was using my astrology deck to find out how you can utilize this energy in which house topic, on which house, with which zodiac sign energy, and with which aspects of the planet, and if there's something extra we need to know. So the suggestion we get here is about the 8th house. So 8th house in an earthly manner signifies our incomes or shared incomes, properties, mostly how we earn money, but also it's about the mystery, the part that feels taboo, which was like this protection energy I got from the walls up energy, is like the things that you consider taboo maybe. So also 8th house is the house of Scorpio, and since we talk about the Scorpio new moon, maybe you're in the midst of a deep transformation regarding your relationships, mostly could be romantic, but like with people who feel like home. And what I get is like you are transforming the shadow aspects to the lighter side, and to do that you need to be open to be able to be more in your emotions rather than being on the logical side, because like matters of heart, of course we should not be overly emotional. That's what gets you the heartbreaks, and people, if you let them, people use you. If you let them, people can break your heart. But it doesn't mean like in order to not let them, you just like completely get out of these businesses. You know, like we are people, we are social animals. So even though I don't like the crowds and all this sticky stuff, but still we need people. Okay, so accept that and accept this love, this abundance that is coming from people who are close to your heart. And also red roses might be, if you missed the intro, I was talking about the Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Bluejay, color blue, and now I have red rose for you as an extra. I felt like it. And again, the planet Jupiter is the planet of abundance. So yes, you might have unconditional love. I mean, most of people, if you're lucky, your parents, people you love, you'll get. I mean, all love is somehow conditional, but the most closest to unconditional is like the family, people will love, but you don't have to condition yourself according to these conditions, you know. And also I picked this North Node for you. So I think your North Node has something to do with regulating your heart relations somehow, like being more active, more communicative, willing to let go, and maybe be a little bit on the emotional side, not overly, in a balanced way. And of course, like Cancer is emotional, but Virgo is more analytical. So again, balanced. And Pisces is also, it is a good idea to be balanced, because we are living in a world of duality, and we have to play the games according to the rules of this world. So best way we can do, if you can do, is being grounded. And again, the energy I get here is about the close relationships you have. So this Scorpio new moon will be transformative, I think, regarding this. I'm gonna take more guidance with the tarot. So what else do we need to know? What is the further guidance? So, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I'm gonna take one more. Okay, 2 more. I think I need 2 more. Okay. This one wants to come out too. All right. So, we talked about balance and being grounded. So, I think your North Node and the team which is going to be a how can I say, propelling force for you is you need to get out of your lack mentality, love and let yourself be loved. Don't think like if you're staying in a relationship, or if you are in a relationship with some people because you feel like you can't find better or you can't be on your own, drop that mentality. You are not alone. What was a breakthrough for me was I was not too religious. I mean, I never cut my ties with the Creator, to be honest, but there was a point I was trying this new trendy like old young person defying and like you don't need this, you don't need that kind of thing. But in the end, at this point, I feel aligned with the Creator, and like I feel protected. And after the things I have experienced, the sad experiences, the moment I realized I was never alone was my breakthrough. And then I stopped feeling it's alone and loneliness are two different things, you know, like you are the one, you can change your point of view and see like this person is protected. The angels are with you. So don't feel lonely, don't feel you need to continue some relationships just because you feel like you can't do better. And you might feel like you might go between being assertive and being like extrovert and introvert, you know, like you might feel like you're good on your own, which is a walling. I think you are putting barriers in front of your heart and starting and being assertive. But I think with this new moon, there will be some things that will make you consider things that you need to let go of, the real things that you need to concentrate on, and to start putting effort in. And this will teach you how to move from a grounded place, but not being too rooted that you can't move anywhere, because you need to be flexible. And I'd like to get more guidance on shadow side, or things that you should pay attention to or avoid. Okay, this one wants to come out immediately. Okay, so Ace of Swords, Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, Five of Wands, Three of Cups. I feel like this is enough, yeah. So, for the shadow side, or here, Five of Pentacles again. Lack mentality. That is the main problem, I think. We all have it. I'm not gonna act like I don't have a problem with lack mentality, to be honest. But this is a roadmap for you to work on. So maybe you could be impulsive in some ways, and maybe you know the truth of someone. But again, you should be balanced with being overly harsh and logical and like jumping to conclusions, and being too trusting, you know, like again, like it's not like black and white, you know. We are all, as human beings, we are a spectrum. So you should pay attention to people's actions, what they do, more than what they say. And the truths that you accept might not be the case, or maybe your truths might not be the case. Maybe it is just a way for you to get out of your the running thoughts in your head, like your biases. We can have bias against ourselves too. So I think this is preventing you from collaborating with people, being with people in any way. It can be, like I said, your family, your workplace, even in your head, in your headspace. You might be using logic and your bias to make yourself believe in something, and don't blur the lines, but don't be so harsh and so cutthroat thing, be flexible, and the lack mentality, you should get out of your head and experience, because the basic thing is being the rule of being rooted and being grounded is, I know it's not easy to do that, but if you open your heart, but please don't open all the way. Do it in small steps. So you get close to someone, you decide to try. Again, this could be any kind of close relationship. And check the person. And most and foremost, trust yourself. Because if you trust yourself, you won't be going down, falling off with every person who leaves you. The main point is, this life is for us to experience alone. These are our lessons, these are our choices, these are our lives. So don't live life for someone else, and trust in yourself that you'll give a chance, but you don't have to give a chance to everyone. But if you decide to, you don't have to stay there forever. We are free beings. We are free to do. I'm not saying don't be faithful or go around people. It's not what I mean. But just because you feel stuck to some idea, some truth of yourself, don't attach to people like there is no one else, or there is no tomorrow. Or it could be a situation too, something you love, something you feel like your home when you're doing. Be flexible, and with this new moon, I think you will be having people that are going to show you the best parts. They will show you that you can love, and you can be loved, and you can be safe. That's what I get. So this is the reading. Thank you, friends. If you liked the reading, please hit the like button. If you like to follow more readings, feel free to subscribe. If you are drawn to other decks, feel free to watch other readings, other decks. Love and peace, friends. Bye. Hello, pile 2. So for those who missed the intro, or you directly skip to pile 2, then we have the Synchronicities of Hungergames. It could be books, the movie, Mockingjay, Bluejay, the color blue, number 2 and 5s. So you have the significator of traveler, move in a new direction. And we have the tiger's eye stone. So I think this feels like the zodiac signs I picked for this pile are Aries, Scorpio, Libra, and Aquarius. So I feel like your Scorpio placements in your chart could be in the 1st, 8th, 7th, and 11th house. And the first thing I get from this pile is there's something you are stuck with and you need to move in a new direction with courage and confidence. And what we get here is I picked cards from my astrology deck, and this suggests utilizing the energies of the new moon in Scorpio in your 4th house. So 4th house is about our family, our roots, our immediate life, where we feel the most safe and connected. And with this house, I think there's something you need to be more joyful, more confident, if you are not already. If you are like that already, maybe you need to add another zest to the concept. So again, the 4th house is about family, where we feel safe and stuff like that, but it could be something you feel like your project, maybe you feel you're safe there. Or it could be a pet, like, I don't know, now I get like maybe your pet has some health problems and maybe you need a new approach to the aspect, or new point of view regarding the matter. And with all that said, this might not be for all of you, for whoever needs to hear this. And in this house, you are encouraged to use the energies of the zodiac sign Sagittarius archetype. So Sagittarius archetype is their ruler is Jupiter. They are expensive. They like to learn, have fun, travel. When I say travel, like, not all Sagittarius people have to travel every weekend, like maybe they astral travel, I don't know. So it doesn't have to be like going to faraway places, but something about again, it could be on the idea side, or it could be on a material side, but somehow expanding your horizon and being brave to implement it. And we have this energy of the retro Jupiter. Of course, this energy is energy. It doesn't mean like actual, although we at this time we have a lot of planets in retro, but this doesn't mean that. It feels like the way you approach things is blocking you from getting the full potential, reaching the full potential, or harvesting the full abundance somehow. So yes, expanding the way you look at things, the way of thinking, the way of acting. And this is like immediate surroundings. And Juno talks about soulmates, companionships. Again, like, soulmates doesn't have to be people or romantic. We can have soulmates, family members, soulmate, pets. So I think if you get a new approach. Like you need courageous, you need a bold approach with whatever this topic is in your fourth house, in this thing that you accept like it's your own. And with Juno talks about long partnerships, being partner for a long time, being committed, going all the way. So yeah, I think you are invited to approach things in a bold, courageous way and go all the way. And this will give you more long-term, more stable results. So I'd like to get more guidance on this. So what is the further guidance we need to have? Okay, Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, Queen of Swords, Six of Cups, what else? Eight of Cups. I like, okay, one more. And Ace of Cups. So friends, the bottom of the deck is Nine of Cups. So what I get here is, yes, you are grounded. You feel like you're approaching this from a equal point of view, but actually you should, again, we talked about new direction, implementing new things. The way you approach this thing, this courageous act, you should consider this from a more don't be nostalgic, don't get stuck with past experiences. Of course, past experiences are important, but you need to be more on the logical side, but not in a harsh way. So think about this, contemplate how can you find a new way that is both serving the past and the future, and follow that way all the way, which is going to give you the start you want, the passionate, merciful, emotional closeness. And this will, like I said, like go all the way. Because I think, like I said in the beginning, with my third eye and my crown chakra pounding, like I think intuitively you know, or you'll be shown the way. This new moon is triggering that some things will be triggered, and you will know the direction, the way you need to go. You will know it in your heart, intuitively. And don't get stuck in nostalgia. Don't get stuck in what ifs. What would they say? How? Don't be like that. Trust yourself, trust your judgments, and walk all the way, and you will be satisfied with the results. And okay, so Strength and the Six of Swords came before when I was meditating on this pile. So again, I think the things that you are dreaming of, but somehow just leave the dark thoughts behind. Leave the dark thoughts behind, and you will be intuitively given the direction, and move in that direction. Don't be afraid to change your approach. But I'm still gonna get more guidance, because I'd like to know more about the shadow aspect. What are the shadow aspects we need to be careful about? What is the thing that we need to be careful? Okay, Death, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. I'm going to take one more. And Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck is 5 of Pentacles. So I think this is about you talking, thinking. Yes, Ace of King of Wands. Sorry, King of Wands. So instead of being stuck in the thinking part, contemplating part, be more assertive, be in control, and trust your talents. So this will change you definitely, because that card is also a card of Scorpio. But to avoid this change, don't get stuck in the same patterns, and don't feel like, like this is destiny, this is supposed to be like. Don't be in the victim mindset, because it feels like you might from time to time feel like you're not in control, but actually you are. For the Wands part, it is 7 to 8. So like I said, you'll be giving the direction. You will know, like your inner knowing, and with this inner knowing, fight for your idea, for your approach, because you know it. You know that inner knowing. You have that inner knowing. And for 8 of Wands is action, which we had Chariot here, and we talked about going all the way till the end. So once you decide, I think things will follow each other. Yes, once you decide the direction you take, things will come easily, like baby steps. The way will be opened in front of you before you know it. But you should stop the hesitation. Stop the hesitation and stop being stuck in where you are. You're like, you feel like you're good on your own, but don't be afraid to take action. And don't be afraid to strategize, like on the mindset. It will benefit you. Don't be too, how can I say, don't be in a hurry. Don't rush for the way you're going to move forward. Like, contemplate baby steps in a controlled manner, but you would know what to do. In your heart, you'll be giving the direction. Yeah, this is what I get. So good luck, and hope that everything works well for you. If you liked reading, feel free to like, and if you'd like to follow more readings, you can consider subscribing, and take care of yourself. Love and peace, friends. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So for you, we have the significator warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. And your stone is jasper. And what I feel like is you might have Scorpio in your chart in 2nd, 5th, 9th and 10th house. And right off the bat, what I get here is something you need to stick to. like starting something and going on with it and being disciplined about it. And I picked cards from my astrology deck, and the best way you can utilize the energy of the new moon in Scorpio is the sixth house. Sixth house talks about our daily routine, where we spend most of our time. For people who have 9-to-5 jobs, it could be your workplace, it could be places that you spend a lot of time with. This could regard your health, so something about being decisive and sticking to routines, kind of thing. Like, this is something probably you would have to change somehow for your health, for your mental peace, or in general your comfort. This is something you would have to change, but in order to get to reap the rewards, you need to stick with it. And you are advised to use the energy of the Gemini archetype. So Gemini is archetype of communication, learning, traveling. Gemini is all about connecting, so here we have, like, the thing I get is, first you gotta find things that in your daily life, in your routine, in your workplace, are there some patterns, are there some people or situations that somehow mirror you, or somehow trying to show things to you? Because I think you will be thinking about this stuff and maybe realizing some patterns, some cycles, and adapting to better conditions this way, or you will better your conditions, mostly with communication. Since we are talking about new moon in Scorpio and getting deep, so it is suggested that you deepen your communication. Maybe instead of being too on surface level, because Gemini could be surface level sometimes. They don't like to dive too deep into stuff, because like there are places to be explored, things to learn, things to experience, they cannot stay stuck in one place, and they are really diverse, smart and agile people. So normally that will be the energy, but with this one there's a twist, and the twist is good communication, but with more depth, or with the intentional communication, with the intention to understand the depth of the situation. And that is why you are invited to be fearless and stand strong. And also we are invited to utilize the energy of the sun. So sun talks about positivity, so deep communication with positivity, positive attitude would probably make you more happy, and it would make you go all along the way and stick to it. For example, like if you're gonna pick up a new sport, the thing that you pick up should be something you can consistently go and like you can't continue with something you hate. In the end, at one point you will stop or participating, or you will stop going. So like that, if you are adapting a new approach, then you should continue with that. For example, if you're a manager and there's a certain style that you adapt, you should maybe deepen it a little bit and go along, go all the way with it. But since we have the South Node here, there are things that you would have to let go of. So yes, like things that you did before, the way you communicate, the way you manage things, the way you approach people. Not all, but some aspects need more grounding and more deepening. And maybe some things, the way you approach might not be working in the long run. So you should be disciplined about it, but also playful and add the concept of joy in the situation somehow. So let's get more guidance. What do we need to know? What is the further guidance? Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Two of Swords, and Lovers. Bottom of the deck is Six of Cups. So, like we talked, and South Nodes, and this one wants to show. Okay, so the Fool and Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so you need to let go of some aspects and approach things with the beginner's mindset, which will satisfy you in the end. So again, be fearless and stand strong. So you are happy with yourself, and you should be. But we talked about sixth house, so this is probably something regarding your workplace, or something you see as like a regular job or work that you do. And there are certain aspects that you need to release and follow a new path. I think because this is new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is more in depth, likes to dive deep, and likes to follow. It's a highly intuitive archetype. So you should listen to your intuition, and you should be in control of your emotions. Like, don't be too reactive. Since we talked about Gemini and the communication, be in control of your emotions. Don't be manipulative, but be warm. Be warm and try to really come from this point that you are really trying to understand the main theme here, or what is given to you. And looks like you will be in between going alone with people and going alone, like being a lone wolf or being a team player. And like with the wolves, wolves can be a synchronicity for you too, or your spirit animal or something like that. And with the wolves, you can be a lone wolf, you can be a pack, and you don't have to pick one and go along with that. You can do this interchangeably. You don't have to stay a lone wolf all your life, or you don't have to be together or collaborate with people all the time. So I think you need to make a choice from time to time which approach you're going to accept, and you need to communicate it well. So if you decide to be a lone wolf, let your team know that you will work better on your own for the time being. It doesn't have to be you'll be working alone all the time. Or if you decide to pick up a new habit and you try to, for example, team sport, and communicate in detail what is your expectation. So I think the theme you have is mostly about miscommunication or lack of communication on your part. I don't know why. Is it fear of somehow breaking people's hearts, or being afraid to be yourself? Yeah, something like that. Maybe when you were little, you were not raised too confident, and you tend to people please, or you tend to go with the flow, or you act like you go along with people. But I think also you need to be more assertive. You need to be more assertive with yourself. Yes, that's what I get. Okay, let's get what could be the shadow sides, or what should you be careful about? Okay, 3 of Wands. Page of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. What else? Page of Swords and Queen of Swords. Ten of Swords. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the World. So what I get here is like so don't feel stuck in the planning period. Instead of, but don't be impulsive. That's the word. So I think also what I get here is don't be impulsive. Think and plan, think through things. But in the name of thinking through things, don't get stuck too. So again, decide, make plans, and implement. But it doesn't have to be all at once. And try to get the fun aspect into the mix. You know, instead of being too logical, too serious all the time, try to, yes, like, I think you tend to be in your head a lot. I don't know if you have anxiety. I felt like that right now. You might have anxiety, you might have like overthinking, OCD, you might have ADHD. You know, ADHD people, it doesn't have to be like hyperactivity. You can hyperthink, overthink. So instead of thinking over and over and over and over in your head, just decide on something. If it's fun, better, and make plans and just communicate it, and stand strong with your ideas. You know, like, don't be swayed by people, you know, like in a way, because we talked about people pleasing, and like I get like this pile has this confidence problem somehow. So instead of staying in your heart space, wishing people understands you better, understand yourself and tell people, this is what I want, and act like it, and stand behind this new goal. And you will see people will start acting accordingly, because the world adjusts according to us. I'm not saying that we are the center of the cosmos. Nothing like that, nothing egotistical anyway, because we are all cosmos in our own way. But it is okay to voice your ideas. It is okay to stand strong. It is okay to have your boundaries. When you communicate this open-heartedly, from your heart space, coming from your heart to heart conversations maybe, you will see that people will adjust, and you don't have to be so harsh or critical about it. Yes, that is what I get. So choose to be like, I think you are going in between being too complimentary for people to not doing anything at all and being stuck in your place, being stagnant. So choose, and you can change your mind every day, every hour. I mean, that's what Gemini people do. Gemini archetypes change their ideas so quickly, and like most of the time people don't understand. But like when I asked, one of my friends told me like, every time, every hour I have new information, and I have the right to change my mind according to new developments, and they are right on their own way, you know. So you have the right to change your mind. You have the right to assert the way you like it, not in a like a bullying way, but yeah, don't be so accommodating. This time, for a change, let people accommodate you. Yeah, that's the idea, main idea. All right, friends, if you like the reading, feel free to hit the like button. If you'd like to follow more readings, you can subscribe. And take care. Good luck. Love and peace. Bye.